Hey guys, Crystal Thompson here for Pink and Main. Today we are creating a sweet balloon scenery using some ink blending and the gorgeous party balloon dies just released in March. We're going to be using, as mentioned, the party balloon stamp set along with the coordinating party balloon dies. These are absolutely fun and I can't wait to show you what we're going to do with these. We're also going to be using for the sentiment the Celebrate stamp set along with the Celebrate die. This is a gorgeous word die that fits perfectly in a 4¼ by 5½ card. We're going to be using pink and white cardstock along with the following inks, and it's a girl party dress, meant to be an aquatini. It's a really sweet and soft color combo. I'm going to be using some embossing ink along with some copper embossing powder and white paint. Let's get started. We are going to begin by embossing some of the confetti. So I am using one of the balloons and I actually flipped over the confetti and I am making it look like it's coming from the ceiling. So once I have stamped that in my clear embossing ink, I'm going to go ahead and cover it with that copper embossing powder. You can use gold. I just thought the copper would look really pretty with our color selections. Now we're going to die cut the Celebrate die from white cardstock, and we're going to be using all the balloons from the party balloon die set. We're going to put those, this is regular cardstock 110 is my preferred cardstock. We're going to die cut those, pop those out, and get ready to ink blend them. Using the lightest pink from our ink selection, we're going to begin doing some ink blending, starting from the right corner, moving towards the bottom corner, really making it look like there's a shadow. We're going to move on to the hot pink of our ink color selections, starting on the bottom and then moving that color up again and making it look like a shadow and really adding that color. We're going to clean off our brush and move on to coloring our other two balloons using the lightest of that teal, really focusing on that top part of the balloon as our shadow. With the same brush, going over to the darkest of the teal, starting at the bottom as that's going to be the darkest part, and blending up to create a beautiful gradient effect. Now we're going to add all four colors onto the Celebrate die. We're going to begin with the darkest at the end of the letter of the word, cleaning off our brush, and then coming in with the darkest pink, going to the opposite side. And when it's a word die, it can be a bit difficult, especially because it can be delicate. So you can go ahead and create the ombre prior to cutting, but it's up to you. Now we're going to go ahead and start with our card panel. I'm using a pink cardstock. Using that hot pink, I'm creating a gradient ombre effect from the top to the bottom, and just keep blending. You don't have to worry about the centers because we're going to place our white cardstock that we had heat embossed earlier. So the secret here is to blend. Okay, now that everything's ready to go, we are going to splatter white paint. I am using just a white paint spray, the end of it, and flickering all over. This is going to make our balloons, give it some dimension, and just make it look really fun. So feel free to flicker all over. Once everything is splattered happy, give it some more time to dry. We are going to add from the lightest pink a halo shadow, and this is going to be right in the center, and this is going to be on that white cardstock that we had heat embossed with that copper embossing. This is going to make just a nice little platform base for those balloons when we get ready to stick those. Now to put our card together, I have flat adhesive on the back of that white cardstock. We're going to try to center it. And as you can see, that white ink splatters on the back of that pink, and the gradient makes it look really pretty. We're going to start adding our balloons. I have placed the 3M foam adhesive on the back and try to layer those on top of each other to create some layered looks. Once we have positioned those, we are going to move on to adding lines, and I'm just going to draw my lines. I thought about using some silver thread, but I really didn't want to take away from those balloons. I have added foam adhesive to the back of the Celebrate, and look how pretty that is. We're going to add that and be sure that is nice and straight. And I think that turned out really nice, doesn't it? For a finishing touch, we're going to be using some clear sequins. You can use Nuvo drops, you can use anything you got. I just thought the clear would be really pretty to add some sparkle, yet not taking anything away from our embossing confetti or from our white ink splatters. And that does it. Thank you so much for joining us today. Be sure to stick around. We have lots of videos for you here on the Pink and Main channel. Be sure to leave a sweet comment below and share if you love this tutorial. Thank you so much. Have a great day.